next month. So next month, the Essential Omega-3 will be a monthly special, as will the Ultimate Eye Support.
But it's a special right now. So, and we'll deliver this immediately. So
wonderful.
But just on the phytoceramides, as I said before, because we get our phytoceramides, the best source of phytoceramides comes from France. And unfortunately, we weren't planning on this as a Today Special. So, and when it comes from France, it's delayed. It has to clear customs. And lately, who knows what's going on with our international trade relationships. It might impact the price of many of your favorite vitamins, because some of those best raw materials, as you know, we get our marine collagen peptides from Japan. We get our phytoceramides from France. We get our diasmin and circulation vein support from Germany. Most of our raw materials come from America, but still, I follow the science and find the best raw materials. So hopefully our government can find greater reason in how they arrange their trade relationships on behalf of consumers, because I don't think the goal is making us, having us have to spend more money for essential healthy products. I think that's very important to us. Well, so, but our Essential Omega-3. In terms of, we just got done talking about moisturization with phytoceramides, and I said the 3 key molecules for moisturization of our skin are ceramides, number 1. Number 2, fatty acids, the best and most important of which are omega-3 fats. Number 3, cholesterol. We don't have to worry about me ever supplementing cholesterol. We get enough cholesterol from our diet. Our body produces too much cholesterol anyhow. So we are focused on the essential omega-3 fats, which for decades were renowned for their benefit to heart health. Now we know that DHA, our key omega-3, represents 2/3 of the dry weight of our brain, is the critical molecule in the retina and the macula of our eye, but also the radiance of our skin. And you look at the beauty of our omega-3s versus others. These are not prop capsules. Those are our real capsules. And just look how beautiful those are. And you know, I mean, it's remarkable.
When we talk about this product, it's always amazing when you read reviews, because when you hear about an omega-3, you hear about a fish oil product. We all think the same thing until you try this one.
Yuck.
It's yuck. It's going to taste fishy. It's going to repeat on you. You're gonna get that fishy aftertaste. Absolutely, unequivocally, zero, zippo, nada, nothing. There will be no fishy aftertaste whatsoever. There are thousands of perfect 5-star reviews on this product. It's one of Andrew's best-selling products of all time. It is one of his absolute top reorder products. It is the finest fish oil product on the market. It's really fun to talk about. It's one of our favorite products to talk about, because it has so many incredible health benefits, and we all know the importance of supplementing omega-3. This is the one you want to be taking. Whether you do a 30, a 60, a 180, a 360, this, friends, is as close to a Today's Special as we get. This is a weekend, a monthly special price. It's a birthday preview. Next month is our birthday. And so this is going to be offered as a special throughout the month. You get first dibs on it right now, and it's ready to deliver. So if you call and order it, we'll get it right out to you.
And it won't be a Today's Special, just so you think, because the best pricing every year in the omega-3 product, just like Ultimate Eye in a moment, is our Today Special. Our Today Special is in April. And normally in July, we do not feature omega-3 and we do not feature Ultimate Eye, because they were Today Special in April, my last visit in April. I've learned that that's a mistake, because it presumed that everyone who enjoys my products got their omega-3 or got their Ultimate Eye in April, which is not the case. So that's why this time our monthly special, because no product goes more perfectly with healthy hair, skin, and nails, and marine collagen peptides and phytoceramides. Those are our 3 beauty products. No products go more perfectly with those 3 products than the Maximum Essential Omega-3 or the Ultimate Eye. So they're our monthly special for July, and they're, as Colleen said, they're ready to ship right now. But you will not find an omega-3 product like this anywhere else in the world. Small capsule, yet 500 milligrams. Those huge capsules you see typically in the marketplace, capsules like these enormous capsules, which I don't know why they put all those strange colors in them, but those enormous capsules, they're about 300 milligrams of omega-3s. This little capsule, here, let me move it around, put it in the middle. This little capsule that little capsule is 500. So these are between 300 and 360 milligrams of omega-3s.
So what else is in those big old
It's
capsules?
just a lower yield, less expensive industrial form of omega-3s. So it's the typical standard commodity omega-3 oil. It's 60% or 2/3 EPA and 40% or 1/3 DHA. My product is mostly DHA and less EPA. DHA is the most important, the most expensive. So although mine's a smaller capsule, it delivers about 50% more. It delivers absolutely no stomach upset. I don't care. You could have the most sensitive stomach out there. You'll have no fishy aftertaste. It will not sensitize your stomach. It's exceedingly easy to swallow. And at 500 milligrams, that's the typical daily supply is 500 milligrams. Some doctors, some ophthalmologists, cardiologists, they might recommend 1,000 milligrams if you have some underlying health issues. So it's either 1 or 2 capsules daily. You do not need to take more.
There you go. I would love to invite you to take advantage of the savings. To Andrew's point, it's not a today's special again until next April. So if you'd like to stock up, if you'd like to try it, you will be impressed. I will promise you that. And when we invite Andrew to come during July, Andrew focuses on beauty. It's all of his top beauty, inner beauty products. This is one of those products. The remarkable thing about Andrew's omega-3 product, along with the heart health, the brain health, the incredible health for your eyes. So you get these incredible benefits from taking omega-3, but then on top of that, there are beauty benefits involved with this product as well. It's so good for your skin. It's good for your hair. So it's one of our favorites. I think a lot of us who take Andrew products, if we could only take 1 or 2 things, this is at the top of everybody's list. You can't pick up a health journal, watch any kind of a show that is health related, and they talk about the importance of omega-3s. So this is the omega-3 you want to be taking. There's no contamination. It's completely safe. It's made to the absolute highest standards. I mean, we could talk about it forever, but obviously we are almost, this whole show is flying by tonight, and we have one more weekend special we want to squeeze in and tell you about. So if you do want to order this, this is the perfect time to do it.
And again, it goes perfectly. I had some questions that were asked, but it goes perfectly with our healthy hair, skin, and nails or our marine collagen peptides. Both of those today's specials will be available for pre-ordering until midnight on Monday.
Perfect.
So you could either of those, and you could lock in your supply. A couple of questions. Our phytoceramide product, someone asked me, does it increase lipids like cholesterol or things like that? Absolutely not. It will have no impact on your blood lipids, on your LDL or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that in terms of cardiovascular health. Can you put marine collagen into your coffee or hot liquids? Absolutely no problem. I do that at home with hot tea, so not an issue at all. Is it safe? Are phytoceramides safe if you have celiac disease? Absolutely all my products are gluten-free, so absolutely no issues whatsoever. So again, that's not a problem. And are phytoceramides good for aging, sagging skin? Well, I think one of the properties of aging, sagging skin is the challenges to the stratum corneum, the layer, that protective layer that's part of our epidermis as we age, retaining moisture. So to the degree to which we can improve the organization and the concentration of ceramides, the skin will be better moisturized, and I think that's going to have a positive impact on aging, sagging skin.
No doubt. Thank you for those questions, everyone. It's fun.
Yes.
We are taking those questions on Facebook, by the way, so if you have a question, we do have some of Andrew's experts standing